whatever you're about to say next
is racist.
Yes, it is.
It's racist.
So, and the people around you that hear you say that, they know that they know. Generally speaking.
I'm shaking my head. If someone says that, I'm shaking my head, and frankly, don't bother.
Please don't talk to me.
I don't want to hear the rest of what you have to say.
Look, I'm like, be open. And then I'm like, don't talk to me.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't want to hear it.
Be open. Also, I'm completely close to this conversation.
Let's go. Aim in the bush. I got a bam in the bush. I know that God can provide for me. That's why I stand on the book.
Hey there, friends, and welcome to Becoming a Boss, where we take some time each week to talk about a specific situation at work. I'm your host, Megan, and today I'm back with my lovely friend, Walita.
Hello.
So, listen, if you've been following along, you know that we already talked about some different things, and we have stories that are kind of out there and pending. So we want to circle back.
Let's circle back.
We're doing a circle back episode. Run it back. And we're going to do updates.
I like updates.
So we need to know where the cruise people are. We have
the cruise people.
Holiday party updates.
Yes.
Something else. So it's going to be fun. But first, I have to tell you a story.
Tell me a story. I love stories.
Okay.
Story time.
So Gemma was sick for a few days.
Aww.
Okay. We get to the point where she's lethargic.
Oh, no.
She is unresponsive, and, you know, she's very blah, blah. She's very out there. So for her to be unresponsive her temperature was high. She was walking into walls.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, and let's tell the people how old Gemma is.
Gemma's 3.
For context.
Sorry.
Okay.
Gemma's 3. Not supposed to be walking into walls anymore.
Right, no.
And she's very, what's the word? Coordinated.
She is very coordinated.
She can catch and throw. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All that to say, we called the teledoc.
Yes.
The teledoc confirms we should take her in. So that scares us even more.
Of course.
Because teledoc says take her in. So we take her in. So we get there. The nurse takes us back. Dr. Smith comes in, does these checks, right? Checks for this, checks for that, checks for this, and tells us what's going on, blah, blah. All right, so time out. We're going to do this. Ready? You have to give me 3 adjectives really quick what Dr. Smith looks like. Ready, go.
Oh, gosh.
Dr. Smith is?
He's tall.
Uh-huh.
He has good hair.
Okay.
And he has a mustache.
Okay.
I don't know if that's an adjective.
Okay. Mustachian.
Sure.
Okay, well, here's the game. Before I tell you the rest of the story.
Yes.
In my mind, the person was like, oh, Dr. Smith's about to come in.
Uh-huh.
And like you, I assumed Dr. Smith would be a male.
Uh-huh.
White.
Uh-huh, for sure.
And older.
Yes.
And I didn't see the mustache thing. The reason that I'm saying this is because our brains, this is what I learned, our brains have this
unconscious bias. Yes.
Okay? It's not a bad thing.
No,
it's a human thing.
It's a human thing, yeah.
And the reason that our brains do it is because it wants to save time so that we can make decisions faster, which is really good when you're running from a lion because you have to make quick decisions.
Yes.
But when you're in leadership and you have these assumptions in your head.
Ooh, she brought it there. Wow.
Yeah, so there's ways we can fight this. I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many I'm going to give you. Okay, 1 is, this was not my invention of a game. Gemma's fine, by the way. End of story.
Okay, but wait. Can I know if Dr. Smith, how close or far were they from my...
So Dr. Smith was a young Black female.
Okay, amazing. So I was nowhere near. All right, so, okay, how do we fix ourselves from thinking like that?
So here's number 1.
Number 1.
Take 2 seconds and imagine the situation before you walk in.
Okay.
Whatever the situation is. And then take 2 more seconds and reimagine. So I'm going to see Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith might be an older white male with a mustache, or Dr. Smith might be a young Black female. So to reimagine, and by the way, this game is from a lady who is way smarter than me. Okay, she played this game on TED Talk. It was awesome. I'll send you the link. And she's trying to explain that you shouldn't try to act like you don't have bias in there, because we all do. It's literally part of our brain processing. So it's in there. It helps us make decisions faster. It's not a bad thing, but you have to acknowledge it.
Right.
Because it has a time and a place.
Right. And if we don't acknowledge it, we can't change it.
Right. And if he ain't growing,
you're dying.
Thank you. All right. So my number 1 is to reimagine. That's what the lady said. Number 2, watch a TED Talk. This lady would be a good one of them. To watch. 3, read a book. Because there's lots about, I mean, in the spirit of MLK Jr. Day, right? Between the World and Me was one of my favorite books.
Really?
It was also sad. I mean, it was sad.
Yeah.
Because he's writing a letter to his son.
I have a hard time with that. I have a hard time.
Yeah.
I have a hard time.
And it was one of these books. I think it might have been that one. It might have been How to Be an Anti-Racist. But one of these books is what I realized. This is what broke me down, okay? When I realized that the mother of a Black son or daughter has to make a choice. Are you going to send your kid into the world unprepared and act like there's no racism? Or are you going to prepare them for the world that they live in, thus perpetuating the very system that we're trying to fight against?
Wow. That's an impossible situation to be in.
It is, which is why I'm still like...
That's an impossible situation to be in.
It is. There's like no solution. And I was just so angry.
Yeah, I don't envy that position.
And it's not even just if you're Black. I mean, people of color, all types of people.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I don't want to compare or pretend it's in the same vicinity, but I had to, when my son started driving and stuff, I had to tell him, like, look, just
he's a little darker
because he's not a white male.
Right.
He is not a white male.
Right.
Period.
Right. And that's the trick.
And so I just wanted him to be aware, like, a cop may or may not, but just be prepared. Just be prepared and don't, like, be extra respectful. Be extra on the positive side.
Right.
Because we need anything in our favor that we can possibly have.
Right.
Because the odds may already be tilted.
Yes.
So just be extra respectful, extra courteous, extra mindful, extra hands shown if you need extra.
Yeah. And you hate that you have to explain stuff like that. But you do. Because that's the only way to protect them.
You don't ever want to tell a child or a kid or anybody. You don't... the thought of making a kid at any age, at any stage, aware that the world is not this kind, rosy place, that's devastating. Because it's like, children come to the world with innocence and, they don't know hate or malice or anything like that. So I feel like that is the painful part of that, is that in protecting them, you're also kind of making them jaded in a way. And I don't know. I hate it.
But safe. Not safe.
Hopefully safer, yes.
Just by preparing them, because, I mean, my friend was telling me, my young Black man friend has a son, and you have to explain.
No, you have to.
What to do. It's a process. This has to all happen if you get pulled over.
Yeah.
All right, well,
now that we're sad.
I know, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something that's...
Okay, so wait. So what was the other way besides reimagining? What are the other things we're doing?
Watch a TED Talk, read a book.
Watch a TED Talk, read a book. And do you have... And the book was... Can you remind us? Do you have the suggestion of the book?
Yeah, I can put it in the...
Okay, yes.
But I read a series of books in a row, so I think the sequence of them helped me to identify a trend. But Between the World and Me was really impactful. And How to Be an Anti-Racist. And the other one I think is a movie. It's called The Hate You Give. And that one, because I read it and I was like, I think I've seen this.
It's a movie, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I'll put but it really doesn't, I'm not saying this is what you need to do. I'm saying be open
Yes.
to change. And I mean that in every context, because if you want to become a boss, you have to learn.
Right.
You have to learn, period. And you have to continue to learn, because it's an ever-changing world.
Yes. And I think being open is a great way of wording it, because, you know, if you're not open to the fact that maybe you do have unconscious bias, that because people want to say, and maybe they think, oh, I don't see color. Oh, I don't think like that. Oh, my best friend is black. Oh, that. It doesn't mean that you're not biased towards a certain way of thinking, and just be open to the fact that there's other ways and there's other thoughts, and people are having different experiences.
Yeah, I listened separately to this lady talk about brain function, and it was incredible. And she also was talking about unconscious bias, because you don't know it's there. It's not on the front operating system. It's on the back end. And the reason it's there, like I said, is to save us time so that we can make decisions faster. Well, guess what? The world that we live in today is moving really, really fast. So we have to make decisions quicker. But back in the day, we were hunting for our food.
Right.
Which took a lot of time. So our brains evolved from that to this, which is good, because look how far we've come. But it's also like you have to be able to take a minute and take into consideration somebody else's opinion.
Right.
And so that's kind of what she was talking about. If you just slow yourself down and think things through for your own self, instead of just... Oh, that's another thing you can do. Check your feed. See what you're eating. Because it's called a feed for a reason, right? Is your whole feed all the same color?
Right.
They all look exactly
right
the same? Because if you are, you're getting one view.
Just one view and one experience.
And let me find out if Instagram and Facebook knows you better than you know you. You. Okay. Also, one more thing while I'm on one. If you ever say... Not you, because you would never say this. But if a person ever says, I'm not a racist, but...
That's, nope.
I promise you, whatever you're about to say next...
Is racist.
Yes, it is.
It's racist.
So, and the people around you that hear you say that, they know that they know. Generally speaking...
I'm shaking my head. If someone says that, I'm shaking my head, and frankly, don't bother.
Please don't talk to me.
I don't want to hear the rest of what you have to say.
Look, I'm like, be open. And then I'm like, don't talk to me.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I don't want to hear it.
Be open. Also, I'm completely close to this conversation.
Okay. This is a great subject, though, because I get really upset when the world kind of gets in a tizzy about something somebody famous did. All right?
Oh, gosh.
And here's why I get in a tizzy about it.
Every day now.
It's okay to talk about if you're just trying to talk about stuff. However, we can't live our lives this way, because guess what? You don't know her.
Right.
You don't know her.
No.
So do you really have a say in how she lives her life? Because you don't know what she's been through. You don't know her trauma. You don't, like...
No, you don't know at all.
So here's your job, okay? Your job is to keep me in check because I'm your friend. And you have your own people around you, right? And I have people around me. And that's our job, is to help keep each other on track with love.
Yes.
Because we want to care for each other and help each other and encourage each other out of love. And you can't do that to a person you don't know.
No.
And frankly, why do we even care what somebody says who's over there? You don't know me.
No, and they don't care what we have to say either. But like, are you talking about like Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift kind of thing? Or like, because people are so invested in that. Or,
oh my gosh, I love them.
Me too. or are you talking about like different things?
I mean, in general, I think people get in a tizzy about stuff that they really don't need to be in a tizzy about.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, just be quiet. Just be quiet. Okay. Holiday party.
Oh gosh.
So we had some people who said some stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you recall, I thought you were going to disagree with me on this.
On which one?
On the holiday party, I was like, you have to go. That
you
was
have
a rule.
to. Yeah. No, I like attending events.
Yeah. Well, guess what? So here's what some people commented. Do I have to go if my boss has been borderline inappropriate with me?
Oh.
And I'm not sure how I'd feel comfortable in an almost non-work setting. So I said, Absolutely
No, in that
not.
case, absolutely not. In that case, no. But also,
why do you...
where's HR? Where's HR?
You know, HR is non-existent in some environments. I think we all know that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. So in that case, no, absolutely not. There's always exceptions to every rule.
There is. So be open.
Be open.
And also use your noggin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take your experiences, add them all up, ask people around you that you trust. Don't go on Facebook and ping it somewhere. Okay. So anyway, yeah.
So in that case, no.
Yeah. And then also consider, do you want to work there?
Yeah. Also, no.
Environment for you?
Also, no. No, that's toxic and not good. It's abusive and it's not good. So yeah, in that case, no, you're excused.
Okay, another one. So here's the scenario. The holiday party, they weren't allowed to bring their spouses unless they have kids. So this person...
Excuse me? What do you mean? Unless they have kids?
Yeah, unless they had kids, because they did like a gift thing with the kids. And so the person felt...
What does the spouse have to do with the gift with the kids? Why can't the spouse come without a kid? I don't understand that rule, and thus I'm not following.
Yes. So I'll tell you what happened. I'm guessing, of course I don't know. I'm guessing that a small organization used to have 10 employees.
Okay.
And of the 10 employees, they had 3 families, eventually had kids, and it was like a kid party. Like they invite the kids, they sit on Santa's lap, they get presents.
Well, that's cute, but what if someone else wants to come and they don't yet have kids? Why can't my husband just sit there?
Yes, so that was the person's...
Yeah.
Yes.
But that company is ridiculous.
Yes.
Why can't the husband come?
Mm-hmm. Let the husband come is the real answer. But this person is not in charge of the company, obviously. She's saying, so do I have to go?
That's a tough one. Oh, that's a tough one because I like attending, but I would definitely want to attend with my spouse. And more than somebody telling me don't bring him is the reason. That reason doesn't make any sense to me. I'm not getting it.
Yeah. Well, if she doesn't have clarity on that idea, then that means they didn't do a good job.
They didn't do a good job explaining
communicating it.
Yeah.
So.
Wow, that's a tough one because I want to come with my spouse, but I wonder if there's a way of compromising.
Also, what if she can't have kids?
No, it's crazy. That rule is just crazy because it's alienating and you're going to make people feel weird.
It's like a lawsuit too.
What if somebody can't or won't? What if somebody just won't? What if somebody is just not called to be
a mom,
a parent, and they have chosen to do something different? We're not going to villainize them or make them feel othered.
Well, no, but they are.
You don't belong here. No, nobody should go to this party. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't go to this party. I'm sorry.
And also, you should, if you didn't already, just maybe say that that's not a good policy.
No, I would at the very least ask clarifying questions because this policy is not sitting right with me.
Help me understand.
This is not sitting right with me. I'm
All
so
right.
sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yes, we are very sorry. We're sorry basically for
the
podcast.
whole thing.
So, okay, next one. Every year the company does a roasting session.
Well, okay, so some people can take that kind of stuff better than others. And some people like it because they have material that they like to put forth in their roast. So some people like it as an opportunity to come tell people how they feel in a joking way. And it's fun. It's all fun, right? Some people like it based on that.
You're generous.
Well, I think, it depends on the culture, right? If it's a culture where it's generally acceptable for people to
correct each other's behavior in the form of sarcasm.
Yes, which there are cultures where that is, believe it or not, the norm.
Here's the thing. If the policy for accountability is sarcasm and jokes, we have really a lot bigger problems. I'm no's across the board. I said you have to go to the party.
Yes. Okay.
Now I'm saying, well, there's actually some reasons that I would say you don't have to go. And lastly, somebody told me, okay, so you're gonna love this. So somebody told me that, boy, I wish my colleague had listened to the holiday pod because they ended up getting fired for one of the things that we listed.
Did they get too drunk?
They hit on a coworker.
Oh no.
Married.
That is like such a classic thing.
No, like, did you not watch any movies?
It is literally a classic mistake that people make at parties. How is this not a popular thing now of like, don't do this?
Big neon signs.
And where are your friends that are not like, I want to be at a work party with coworkers that are going to be like, hey, come here. You're getting too friendly with that person. Come here. No.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Or like, here's some coffee.
Yes. Water.
Or let's go
take a
to the
walk.
club.
To the actual club?
I mean, yeah, if you're going to do all that.
Yeah.
Put
Whatever.
it where it belongs.
Yeah. But like, I want coworkers that are going to be looking out for me a little bit. I mean, and I say me, obviously.
Obviously, because you're a problem.
No, I was going to say, obviously, no one would need to take care of me. I mean, did you see me at church the other day? I lose my mind when I see my husband come from across the way. Did you see?
I thought you were going to say, I bring my Bible to church.
No, did you see when he was coming down the other day?
Very happy to see him.
It was just, yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that's where I'm at. So me, I wouldn't be the one hitting on people at the thing, but people need to look out for each other. Where's your coworkers?
Where's your people?
Why are they letting you act a fool?
Yeah. Maybe you want to re-examine your environment if you don't have people. First of all, you know what? There's a lot to examine here, actually. Yeah. But that's why we're here. We're here to help.
And of course, we're each responsible for our own behavior, obviously.
Yeah.
But I will pull you by your hair so fast if I see you doing something dumb.
I'll give it to you.
No, like seriously.
Yeah, because you should have people around you who you love and trust and care for, okay? You got to have people.
Yeah.
Also who are brave enough to say something.
Yes, we're brave enough to say, this is not your best self. I know this is not who you want to be.
Whatever. All right, so World Cruise.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Where are they?
Okay, so first and foremost, I used to think this would have been a dream come true, and I'm no longer
in that theory.
I'm no longer in that theory, and this is why. So, okay, I've learned so much. Have you ever heard of the Drake's Passage?
No. Like Drake?
Like, well, it's not. It's named Drake. It's the same name, but it's not like named after him or anything. But
go ahead.
It is a body of water.
Oh.
It is a body of water that you got to go to get to Antarctica.
Okay.
Which is where they went, where they are just now. Okay. And what people say is you either get the Drake Lake, which is just super peaceful water as you're crossing, or alternatively, you get the Drake Shake. And the ultimate world cruisers got the Drake Shake. And I am like, abort. I no longer want it. I'm out. So, I mean, somebody showed a video of the ship. Now, these ships are, I don't know. Huge.
Yeah.
They're I don't know how many feet tall, but like, they're super tall.
Yeah.
This particular...
They have roller coasters on them, for goodness sake.
This particular one has helipad.
Okay.
So,
for pregnant people.
It's pretty high.
Yeah.
Well, there were on the video, you could see waves hitting the helipad.
No.
Yes. That's how big these waves are. Okay, I'm looking to see. This is, so this ship is 106 feet wide, 965 feet long.
That's really big.
13 decks. So each deck is like a floor in a hotel.
Yeah.
So it's so tall.
But so were they all inside?
People, yes. So they were on lockdown. Yes. So the ship was on lockdown. You could not, they drained the pools, and for about, I think they said 22 hours or something, they could not leave their rooms because the lady said for her to go 6 feet in her room just to go to the restroom, it took her a while because she had to like keep holding on to stuff every step because she said, I feel like I was tossed in a washing machine. Okay. That's how much it was rocking and shaking. Big no. And so the day before, they were told to basically start preparing. So people were swallowing Dramamine, ginger chews, putting the patches, putting the bands,
all the things,
stocking up the rooms with green apples, with the crackers, with the ginger ale. But can you imagine, like, to prepare to be sick, basically, for a day and a half? But then they went to Antarctica and they saw the most gorgeous, I mean, the icebergs, the penguins, the glacier. I mean, it is beautiful. It is otherworldly. It is literally otherworldly.
So is it worth it? Because how many days of Drake Shake?
It was about 30 hours altogether, they said. But I my thing is, and I'm watching this closely, but I believe now that on the way back, I don't think there's like a different route. They have to go through the Drake Shake again.
Well, is it going to be, I mean, sometimes it's still.
So
they just wait. I'll just be like, bro, could we?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They altered the
plan
route
a little bit.
Just a tad bit to make weather just a little bit better. But yeah, they saw all the penguins. It was so cute. They showed like little penguin highways that the penguins have among all the snow. They create the somehow
like that movie.
These little which movie?
It's a kids movie.
Oh,
I don't know. They Gemma does the clap.
Oh, I'm not well versed.
Never mind.
Sorry. Anyway, it was just magical.
Aww.
It was magical to see. Now, this one kid I follow, he was sent there by a brand. A brand sponsored his trip, but he's only going for 18 days.
Oh, okay.
Now, something like that, that's feel doable. Like I can do it.
Yeah.
I feel like 18 days I can do. Mm-hmm. It was $8,500 for he didn't pay
they did.
The sponsor. And they sent him a bunch of books, and he's going to do a book club. He's like, okay, this company sent me all these books. You guys pick one for me to read. I'm not a reader. I don't like reading, but this is the company that sent me, so I'm going to be reading. You guys pick a book. So the voters voted for a book, and he is now holding a book club. I believe today. I will be watching because he is really funny. Yes. So they've been to a lot of places, but like him right now he's been to every continent.
I love books. Send me. Who's the people?
I think it's called Aria Books or something. He went on TikTok and he said, put a camera on the ship. It's going to be like a reality show, or just send me. I'll get the content. And he got sponsored.
Send me.
He got sponsored and he went and somebody paid and he's there. Aside from that,
I'm messing up my life. I can feel it.
Aside from that, the big drama is that the Pinnacle members are the ones that have the highest ranking on the ship.
There's more drama?
They've been there they've been there however many.
From the beginning. Okay.
I think you have to be on a cruise ship 700 nights or something to get that status. 700 nights is 2 years. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like Emerald. There's like Pinnacle.
Oh my God.
And Pinnacle is like the top. So they're like, usually older people. And so the other people are saying that the Pinnaclers or whatever you call them are being like, what's the word?
Annoyed, aggravated.
At the
assaulted.
At the little people. So like this particular kid, he cursed in one of his videos and you could hear an older Pinnacle person, excuse me, young man. We do not use that language over here. I don't know. So that is the thing. That is the only drama. But it's so cute. They had a penguin party last night to celebrate Antarctica. They had a penguin party. Everybody was dressed kind of like penguinish. He put a fur coat and called himself a baby penguin. You know how they have like the fur when they're born. Anyway,
okay.
They had a penguin party. Oh, and they brought a giant chunk of Antarctica ice onto the ship for people to touch and take pictures. So that's my update.
All right. Well, that's a great update.
On Cruise World.
I'm engaged.
Yeah.
So
now we know about Drake's Passage, and it's not that easy to get to Antarctica.
Yeah, but worth it.
It is worth it. I think so.
Allegedly.
It's beautiful.
I would just not want to go through. Just wait. Just wait until I don't get it. But okay. But I wanted the update, and I expect that you'll keep us updated throughout
all the time, every time.
All right.
September.
Let's see. Where are we at? Let's check where we're at because it just flies by. So I'll just end it here.
Praises.
Oh Lord, you deserve. Only you deserve all my praises. I woke up singing that this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, didn't we sing it in church?
We did, but that was 2 days ago. And look at us.
Look at us.
Symbiotic. Okay. I can't wait to do this episode. So we're going to do another episode.
Mm-hmm.
How insecure are you?
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good.
Is it?
Yeah, it
Sounds
is.
painful.
Well, we're not going to talk about ourselves. We're
Oh,
talking about
okay,
other
good.
people. So it's fine.
Okay, good.
All right, so that's it for today. Hey, thank you everyone for listening in today. And hey, do you want to be a part of the show? Call or text 864-619-1683 to share your story, and we will get into it about what the leader should have done differently. And listen, friend, we know it's not easy, but remember that whatever it is you're walking through, you are certainly not alone. And together, we can make the world a better place to work. Thanks for listening, team. Take care and see you next week.
Let's go. Bam in the bush. I got a bam in the bush. I'm the that God gon' provide for me. That's why I stand on the book.